Hi, boys and girls. It's Mr. Sunito, and I got a book for you for today. I think you're going to enjoy this book. This book is called The Dandelion Seed, and I'm not sure if you know exactly what a dandelion is, but I've got a picture of some dandelions for you under the camera. So give me just a moment and I'm going to show you what dandelions are and then we can get into the book. Sound good? Hang on. Now these are dandelions. I bet you've seen them growing outside before. And if you haven't, they're all over Chicago. In the grass, maybe when you go to the park. I'm sure you will see them if you keep your eyes open. They're very small and they look like flowers, but my mom always told me that they were weeds. So I don't know. Maybe we could think about that as we read our book. So give me just a second. Let me find the book. Where did I put that book? All right, here's the book. The Dandelion Seed. Now, this is an illustration of this seed from a dandelion. Have you ever seen that before? This book was written by Joseph Anthony and illustrated by Chris Arbo. And I think I should probably show you the whole cover so you can see. Where is that dandelion seed? Can you tell? It's actually floating through the air because these are clouds, so that gives us a clue that this is probably flying through the air. Okay? Now, this story is about the life of a dandelion seed. What do you think might happen in a dandelion seed's life? Let's read the story and see if you're right. Here's our title page, The Dandelion Seed. It was autumn in the garden. All the flowers had died and dropped their seeds. Autumn is the same season as fall. Are we in autumn right now? No, we're in spring. Only one seed was left, a little dandelion seed, who was afraid to let go. But the winter wind began to blow. The stronger the wind blew, the tighter the seed hung on until it felt the wind blowing right through it. Look at that wind. Whoosh. Then the seed left the garden behind. It became part of the wind and was carried away. The world was bigger than the seed ever imagined. Can you find the seed on this page? How do you think the seed feels now that it has left its home, boys and girls? Flying through the air, all alone. It's getting colder and windy outside. It was also more frightening, more lonely, and more beautiful. Look at that illustration. The more the seed saw, the smaller it felt. Can you find the dandelion seed on these 2 pages? You have to look hard. There it is. What other things do you see on these pages, boys and girls? It wondered where it belonged. Look here. The seed landed when the snow began to fall. It listened in silence as peace covered it like a blanket. Ooh. Boys and girls, what do you think will happen to the seed in the winter? Oh, look at this beautiful illustration. I don't know if I can even see the seed. What do you think happened to it, boys and girls? Oh boy. Let's keep reading. Finally, spring came. Sunshine warmed the air and the soil, and the little seed began to grow tiny leaves and roots. Oh. So it went into the soil and it begins to grow. Look at the little leaves. Its leaves spread wide to gather sunlight, because of course we know that plants need sunlight to grow. The seed right now is a baby seed, and we would call it a seedling. Seedling. Its roots reached deep to drink fresh rain. Soon, the seed flowered into the bright, delicate dandelion it was meant to be. So it started, I guess we'd say it started here, and then you can see these little buds, and then it got some rain, some water, and it began to grow, and then it bloomed. Oh, look at this. It shared its green leaves with deer and rabbits. So the deer and the rabbits like to do what? It gave sweet nectar to bees and butterflies. Boys and girls, look at this illustration. Here are the bees. Can you find the butterflies? The bees have something yellow from the dandelion stuck to their legs and bodies. This is called pollen. Can you say pollen? When bees bring pollen from one flower to another, scientists call it pollination. Then, almost overnight, the life that began as one little dandelion seed ripped into many. They each became part of the wind and were carried away. What does that remind you of? Remember the beginning of the book? All the seeds, all except one. Don't be afraid, whispered the dandelion. The wind and the sun and the rain will take care of you. Let go, and you will see. You will see. The end. Now, I'll tell you what. I think I have a brain pop video that you might enjoy. So I'm going to put that brain pop video in here first. And then when you come back, get your writing materials, pencil, writer's notebook, crayons, and we can do some writing. I'll see you in a moment.
What's wrong, Moby? Of course it's not growing yet. It takes time for a seed to grow into a plant. How does a seed grow? Most plants start growing from a seed. The seed is protected by a covering called a seed coat. Inside there is a part that can grow into a new plant. Most seeds need soil, water, and warmth to grow. Moby. A small root starts to grow down, and a sprout grows up out of the ground. But what happens after the seed sprouts? The sprout uses sunlight, water, and nutrients from the soil to grow. And soon it becomes a seedling. Seedlings are small and thin and have just a few leaves. As it grows bigger, it turns into a young adult plant. It's much taller and has more leaves. And then it grows into an adult plant. It'll take this seedling years to become an adult apple tree. Good question, Moby. What is an adult plant like? This orchard is filled with adult plants. They're really tall and have lots of leaves. Right, adult trees grow flowers, and flowers have an important job to do. They attract insects, birds, or even bats to help carry pollen. The pollen helps plants grow seeds. And fruit grows around the seeds to protect them. When fruit ripens and falls to the ground, the seeds inside can grow new plants. Hey, where'd that deer go with that apple? How do seeds spread to new places? I bet that deer is helping plants. Well, when animals eat fruit, they leave the seeds behind in a different place. And then the life cycle can start all over again. A life cycle shows how a living thing grows and changes during its life. Hey, I bet the wind can move seeds too. Some seeds have little tufts of hair or wings to fly to new places. Water can carry seeds to new places too. Anyway, Moby, it's going to be a while before that plant can make its own seeds. Whoa!
All right, boys and girls, now we've watched our video. I hope you've got all your writing materials out, and we're going to have some fun here. at the top of your page, be sure to write the title of the book. This is called The Dandelion Seed. And of course, write your name. Put your first name and your last name. We're getting ready for second grade. We're going to do something a little bit different today, but I think it's going to be fun. Let me see if I can do this. I can move this down. Okay. The first thing I want you to do, after you've got the title of the book and your name, is write Dandelion Life Cycle. Write that down at the top in big letters, but give yourself room because we've still got more writing to do. And what we're going to do is we are going to think about all the different events that happened in the life of the dandelion. So I've got a drawing here. Let me see if I can make this work. Oh, here we go. I'll make this a little bit bigger. And what we've got are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. Each box has a drawing and it has just a little bit of writing to say what is really happening in the drawing. In the first box, it says, wind carries away the seed. Do you remember that from the very beginning of the book? That was the first thing or the first event that happened. And you can see in the drawing that the wind is carrying the seeds away. And what I'd like you to do, we're going to wind up drawing 5 boxes. But why don't you pause the video and draw box number 1 and right underneath it, the wind carries away the seed. And to make it just a little easier, how about if I make it a little bigger? Go ahead and pause the video and come back when you're ready for box 2. Did you finish box 1? Okay. Now on your paper, you can make a little arrow like the one I've got here. And let's look at box 2. I did the writing and the drawing for box 2. So it says seed lands on the ground. And you can see the seeds right here. And they land on the ground. Remember that from the story? So go ahead, pause the video, and make a box, put it number 2 by it, write in seed lands on the ground, and draw your seeds. Come on back when you're ready. Okay, you got number 2 finished? Now it's going to get a little harder. Here we go. Now this arrow points to box 3. And what you're going to do is you're going to draw the dandelion here. And what do you see? I didn't put the words in, so you're going to have to put the words down here. What is happening in this box? Pause the video, draw your dandelion, and then write your sentence. What is happening? What is the next thing that happens in the life of a dandelion? All right, did you get box 3? 2 more boxes left. Here we go. Box 4. Draw that arrow. You're going to draw the box. Now look at what's going on here. We've got the dandelion and we've got the bee. So you're going to add a sentence right here underneath your drawing. Tell me what happens next in the life cycle of the dandelion. Pause the video and come back for the last box. Did you finish box 4? Here's box 5. What happens at the end? Draw your arrow. Look at that. What's left of the dandelion? Write a sentence down here. Tell me what's happening after you draw your picture in your box. And you can draw the arrow that points back to box number 1. So that the next thing that happens in the life cycle of the dandelion after 5 is it goes back to 1 and the wind carries away the seeds. Let's see what you can do with this, boys and girls. Take a picture after you're finished. Your drawings don't have to be perfect. Your words don't have to be perfect, but I'd like to see what you can do. Try your best. Send me a picture and have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.